and or the leader of Rogue Bros Productions. We have things to say. Well, more him than me.
Yep.
But basically, the guy he started his channel with, Rogue Bros Productions, kind of shat out, became a cocklord. Uh, so the the content that Draft makes is good shit. Like, it reminds me purely of the old machinima that I used to watch as a kid. Like the stuff that everybody used to like watching. And it's really good stuff too. Like when I first got brought into being one of the voices for some of the characters in his machinima, like when I first went to his channel, I was like, why doesn't he have more subscribers? Because it is really good content. And this isn't me just being like, I want more attention from my channel, so this guy's really cool. No, he is genuinely a cool guy, and he makes great content. So, everyone who watches this video, you need to go check out him. Or else, like I said in my description, I will skin your keyboards. I swear, I will do it. All of your keys to every single one of your keyboards, even your integrated keyboards in your phones, you will be missing the keys. I swear. Yeah, I have pretty strange comedy in my channel.
Well, everyone that's in the stream right now, I guess. Well, first off, let me just say, appreciate it. Thank you for the shout out. I gravely appreciate it. And yeah, I work hard at what I do, and yeah.
It shows, man.
But let's get there is you're a little bit right about that. There is a little bit of bad news. So, not really bad news. It's more like,
Unfortunate.
yeah, pretty much. So, I would like to start off by saying, one of our actors for Rogue Bros, um, I know that like I've had a lot of live streams and a lot of videos, talking about this, person. And this person is Gully 18. Gully 18 is, I guess, one of our former actors from Rogue Bros. And pretty much, a lot is going on right now. And I can't really put it to words because, that's why came into this live stream because I don't know, I'm a little like, you know, I'm very sad and I'm very upset at the same time because it's like, you know, a lot of people don't know, and like a lot of people don't know who he is and what he is, and it just frustrates me that like a lot of people, choose his side, and it's very, 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 very fucked up. So.
They choose his side without really knowing the facts.
Yeah, and I know I'm not doing very well at explaining this. That's only because it
Oh,
just
you're doing
happened.
fine
So
so
I'm very
far.
like, so I'm just taking my time on like what I know, but not, dragging this shit out because I really don't want to do that because I just want to get straight to the point, tell you guys like how it is. But you know, basically, it's me and Gully, and I'm not gonna put his stuff out. I'm not gonna do that because I'm not that type of person. I wouldn't do that. But he's been going through a lot of things, and like I guess like it's not. It's kind of getting in the way of like all the things that he wants to do for the channel. That is this channel right here and his own channel. Um, but you know he I'm sorry if I keep stopping. I just keep thinking because it's like I'm just so I'm in such distraught right now. I'm like, okay, so, uh, you know, so I guess with that being said, he was getting, I guess, tired of doing the movies. I'm not sure, you know, because he, told me that he's going through a lot. And then, like, I told him, like, man, like, because Gilly, we and him, we always have these talks. If you didn't know, me and Gilly, we've been friends for 5 plus years, like around 6 and 7 years, somewhere around that. And, we've been friends for a very long time, and we've helped each other do a lot of things. Like, I'm not gonna say too much, but, literally, he's helped me through, like, committing my own, like, own life or taking my own life. I've stopped him from taking his own life. We've been through a lot. And, the channel and, like, these things that we make, they don't, you know, and that's the thing that people don't understand. And, I'm talking directly to a certain person. I won't say his name, but, what you don't understand is that we've been friends for a very long time. And the thing that brought us together was this channel, these stories, and these characters. But the thing is, at the same time, I keep repeating myself with all these little words, man. I need to
No,
calm
it's
down.
fine, bro.
But what's happening is like Billy is the type of person that's like he'll tell you he'll do one thing and then he just won't follow through, you know. And it's like, in your head you would probably think like, all right, just fucking get over it. Like if he's, busy and doing something, he's got something going on, that's just how it is, But but think of it this way. If you're constantly telling me, giving me this lie, like putting on this facade, like, lying and just, you're continuing it, it's like, how am I supposed to, like, I can't work with that.
Right.
Um, yeah, so I'll get to the whole Michael thing. Yeah, there is no. Well, shit, I'll just tell you right now. Like I said, I'm not trying to drag this along. Yeah, so there's no more Michael. No, 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 no. Oh, Jesus Christ, man! I'm so out of it. Like I can't even like. There is Michael. Michael will still continue in the story. I am just gonna recast someone. That's gonna happen. And Captain Mayhem will still go on, all that, you know. And I know this other person said, um, you know what? I don't think I should bring that person in. I mean, I should, but it's like at the same time, he doesn't want to be included in any of this.
Yeah.
That's what he said in the text message. So, I respect his decision, or I respect, what he had to say and stuff like that. So, um, yeah, but he yeah, it's just and he had all these plans to make like these films and stuff, and like, he's really good at like coming up with ideas, and like, he's really good at, storytelling and stuff like that. It's just, like I said in the past, he's the type of person that just never follows through with a plan or like anything. He's just like, all right, here we go. We're gonna do this, and we're just gonna like go move forward with it. It's just like, yeah, I don't know. It really frustrates me how people just don't understand who the person like he is. They don't understand.
I mean, that's just how it is sometimes. Sometimes people need to see how that person is in their own experience before they can really understand it. Because sometimes people can be blinded by something like some sort of vague trust or misguided feelings of trust because they're like, oh, well, this person's been good to me so far, therefore they wouldn't betray me in the future. Because that's how a lot of things like that happen. Like if someone turns someone against you, it's because the person who was turned against you didn't really know you that well and doesn't really know the whole story. So they're just going off of what the other person tells them to, which is never a good idea. Even if you like trust this person, it's always a good idea, whether you trust the person or not, to get the full story. Like, for example, in my Discord server, I always make sure to get the full story from whatever's happening. Like, even if there's like a member of the server that's been part of it for a long time, like one of my best friends or something, I always make sure to ask everyone who was there, who was present, to make sure I get the whole story and everything. Because if I don't do that, then not only will I not be impartial, I will also might be failing to get some of the details and wrongly punish or something one of the other members because I was failed to get the full knowledge, and that's my duty as the leader of the server. And if I don't do that, well, that makes me a pretty poor leader. So that's what I usually try to do with that sort of thing. And in cases like this, it's a little bit more difficult to get all the details. Well, especially from my point of view, but I haven't exactly been around for some of the things to happen and some of the things not to happen. But in the case of Gully, he he's not the greatest person. And Draft does say that, like, oh well, you know, we've been friends for X amount of years, and yet, like, me and Draft sometimes, well, this is before he started hating me for some reason. He would be like, yeah, I really hate it when Draft does this or this, and he really always changes my stories, which is something he did say, by the way. He always changes my stories, and he always changes all the things that I like, all the scripts, and I always don't like the way he changes it. And then I would tell him, like, well, then just be like, hey, man, then go talk to Draft about it. But then he would come back later again and do the same thing and complain about the same thing, and he would never address the problem as it is. And then when Draft would try to fix the problem, Gully would be like, "Well, I'm doing something, so oh well," and then kind of
Yeah,
bugger off. And then
yeah. Cause oh, go ahead.
there
Go
was
ahead.
a big controversy. I don't know if you want to bring it in about it, like that last time, the first time that you told me that that one big thing happened. I'm not gonna make it obvious or give any hints,
Oh no, you can
but
go ahead.
okay. So basically, Gully takes content to one of those channels that are like that host these like things that are like these guys make content, these guys make content, they both make good content. It's like this all the same kind of content. Don't know specifically what you call it, but basically took some of Draft's content, brought it over, and been like, oh, this is mine. He stole the content. Basically, he said this is mine, and that lost all respect I had for him, which was minimal at that point anyway, and any trust that could have been had was instantly lost. And then, like a few days ago, or almost a week ago, I believe, like Draft says, "Oh, Gully wants to apologize," and I'm like, "All right, well, whenever you get in a party, we do that." And then, like, not that long ago, a few days, a week, whatever, Gully and Draft and I were in a party, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And usually, as my subscribers should know by now, I can smell bullshit from 20 miles away, and I could smell it from Mars. I swear. Like, he was apologizing, but usually when people like him apologize, he kind of gets quivery. Um, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like jittery. Like, because he knows that he's getting it wrong, but since my entire personality while he was apologizing was, yeah, kind of stern, it makes guys like him kind of crack a little bit. That's why he was so stuttery and jittery when he was making that apology. Draft knows what I'm talking about. That's why I say it like
Yeah.
that. But that's why he was like that, is, well, what I believe. And then today, I get home from work, I get on my PlayStation, I see Draft online. And uh, I'm like, I should invite him to a party. I have a feeling I should talk to him. And then I I go play some Black Ops 4, and then he invites me to a party because I eventually got into a party with some other people. They were annoying, but that's besides the point. I start talking to him, and then it's like, well, Gully shat the bed again. And I'm like, oh, well, that's to be expected. I figured that was going to happen. But, like, we go and we talk about it, and he turns someone against Draft. And this guy has not known Gully or Draft for very long, and refuses to listen to both sides.
I
And
swear
at
to
this
God, so
point,
fucking dumb.
it's gone on to the point to where Gully has taken this way further than it needed to be. And normally I'm not the type of person to make a one specific video or stream or whatever trying to get at one person. But in cases like this, for content creators that I deeply respect, like Draft, because he makes really good stuff, he's not an asshole, he's a really nice dude, I can't stand it. Because he's done nothing to deserve this. And yet here's Gully being self righteous, just a complete dickweed.
It's
And
just
he's,
no. It's just like It's just he's trying to like yeah. Because the thing is like what. And the thing is, if you're watching me right now, him, which he probably isn't, there's only 3 people watching. But if you ever come across this live stream with this video, and you know who I'm talking to, I'm talking directly to you, man. You don't know him like I do. I've known him for years, and he's done the most like you just don't you just don't understand, man. He's a liar. He literally like he like I said, he just doesn't follow through with things, and then it's just like he tries to put things on people. He's very manipulative, and it's like he puts on this facade that you don't see coming, but when he bites you in the back, it'll happen.
yeah. See,
Like
me, I'm good at manipulating people because I got manipulated and used a lot, even though I generally knew I was being used. So I kind of learned how to do it, and I'm really good at it. Most of the time, I can manipulate someone and they won't even realize that I'm doing it. I'll be like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I should probably warn you that I kind of sometimes subconsciously I know how to use words in a way to get exactly what I want from people, and I don't like doing it. It became a habit a long time ago, and I've been trying to break that habit for a long time, and I'm starting to break that habit now. But like Gully is not good at using that ability to try and
yeah,
manipulate
and
people.
and and the thing is, hold on, because like Hashoto, he's like writing a lot of things on the chat right now. I see him saying that like I guess in the future, he was like he helped them build sets for like 3 different future movies episodes and whatever, and he just forgot about it over the week and stuff. And then he also said we can't forget about the good things about Gully. He's always there for his friends. He tries to make people laugh. People yeah, no, and I do. No, I do. The thing is, Shoto, I understand exactly where you're coming from, man. It's just like the, you know, I mean, it's like
I think what you're trying to say is there
I look
comes
at
to a point where the bad overwrites the good.
yeah, and not only was I gonna say that, but it's like I don't know. You look at Rocco and like Zombie or other people that I used to talk to. We all used to be friends. They don't even like they don't even talk to us anymore. You know, and it's like, oh, you know, you know. I mean, see, the thing is, Shoto, you could probably check your friends list because I think he did delete you. He deleted everyone, for the most part. So it's like, you know, I mean, you know, you can say that. I mean, I don't know if you can now say that he's always there for his friends, but there you go. You know, because he deleted a lot of people and they had nothing to do with the whole thing. So
Right. Yeah, no. Like I had a feeling from the beginning when he was making that apology, quote unquote. I'll say quote unquote because I didn't buy it.
Hmm.
When he was making that apology, I could tell that it was just kind of not honest. Because, like, it gets to a point of listening to so many apologies. And the people in my stream, when I say that he's a new flavor of Steven, will understand exactly what I'm saying. Because the people on my stream would know, like, hey, because he'd message me and be like, hey, tomorrow I want to do a stream of Apex for like X amount of hours or whatever, and like I'd have to have like an entire day cleared out for him, and then he just wouldn't pop up, and then he'd be like, "Oh well, plans changed." And it's like they don't just change like that. Plans don't just snap bippity boppity boop and just gone out the window. He and I
Yeah.
already had plans, and the first plan takes priority. But like,
Hmm.
I won't get into the details of Steven because that's not what he's about, but that's generally what he was like, and that's pretty much what Gully is like, but in his own flavor. I would say that they are equally bad, in fact, worse than each other in their own respects. But
Yeah. I mean, I. Yeah.
it's just, I don't know why people have to be like that in general.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
like,
I mean, yeah.
you started this channel with him, or he joined into it. I don't know specifically. But you guys had this channel. You worked on it hard. You worked harder than he did. And then he tries to steal it from you. And then he starts to manipulate people against you. And
Yeah.
people will only fall into that illusion. And I don't have anything against you, Shoto. But in my opinion, I think he did kind of turn you onto his side. Because, like, you're already kind of defending him. And you don't really know all of the smaller details because you might not have been there like when this happened or that happened or like he
I
insults
don't know.
draft
Let's.
or
Yeah. Because it's like I said, I've said it, twice already. I'll say it again. I've known Gully longer than everybody that's in this chat, in this party. I've known him longer. And I know how he is, and it's like I know what you guys thinking. Okay, if he's done this to you in the past, why did you keep forgiving him? Why did you keep doing that? And this, that, and the third. It's like because it's like he was my friend. He was really supportive. He is nice. The thing is, Shota, what he's saying about like him being there for his friend, that is very much true. You know, uh,
but to what extent?
but like, look, yes, that's what I was literally about to say. To what extent, though, And it's like, yeah, it's just, I feel like I said what I needed to say because, yeah, I think I've said what I need to say because, yeah, I really want to just put the nail on the coffin and just end this right.
And honestly, even though I might not have known him that long, I think that he's been walking on draft for long enough. And honestly, even if I don't talk to draft that often, he's the type of person that I'd be willing to help out almost no matter what. It's like, oh, I've got this thing I'm working on, I'm so busy and everything. I'd be willing to be like, hey man, I've got this time free and I'll help you out. Even if I had like something smaller planned or something, I just cut it off because it's like I want to help draft. He's a decent person, and it's very rare for someone like me who doesn't really like anybody to be like that guy. I like him. I'm gonna help him. That one. That's the one. I like him. Good stuff. It's really rare for me to say that. And I'm not trying to be like, oh, I'm so some high and mighty asshole. No, I don't like myself. Nobody likes themselves. Me, I know my own flaws better than anybody. But, like, I'm just trying to push the fact that Draft is a decent person. He might have his flaws, and I might not know all of them. I might not know barely any of his flaws, but from what I do know about him is he tries hard, and when it's disvalued by people like Gully, it makes me want to throat punch Gully because Draft works hard to make, well, what is essentially his dream of having a successful
Uh,
machinima channel.
wait, hold on. Yeah,
and
yeah.
he kind of just blenders it.
Here, look, cause um, yeah, because before we leave, I do want to touch on the fact that like I mean if you are watching Yelling, I hope you go through like you know because I we did talk about a lot of things that he was going because I know he's going through a lot of things and like the person that I was talking to in messaging, you know, he tried to
Right.
make it seem like I didn't understand what Gully was going through. He tried to make it seem like, oh, I really understand. I care more than you do, and it's like, first of all, I do care, because it's like I've cared for so goddamn long, and it's like like I said, you don't know like I know him, but no, when Shoto said I think he's in a very dark place right now, he really is like a lot. Like he told me a lot of things that's happened to him, and the thing is though, I go through so much, and people handle it very differently. You know, we all go through a lot of stuff, but like I said, we all handle it differently.
Everyone
But
handles
it's
their
like
own grievances
I
differently.
it's just yeah, it's just with him. I don't. Yeah, I guess he just doesn't like want to be a part of that, and it's fine, because it's like if he thinks that I put him through enough stress, man, dude, you have no idea what the fuck you put me through fucking 7 years, man. Like, and I know I sound so vague right now. Like I'm not really saying everything. It's like, okay, fuck it. Like this dude lied about his fucking death. This dude has lied like his own actual death. This dude has lied about fucking like having brothers and sisters and stuff, and like they died in a car accident. Like he would tell me all the years that I've known him, he would always tell me all these messed up, fucked up shit that's happened to him, and I would feel so bad, and I would like literally like crying and fucking like, nah, man, this dude, I need to be his friend because he needs me. Literally, like that's what I thought of. And then like all the times he's lied, just like you, my trust in him just kept getting lower and lower and lower. We were supposed to meet up in person this week. If you guys didn't, well, obviously you didn't know, but I'm telling you this right now. We were supposed to meet in person this week. But after everything that he put me through, it kind of pushed me away in the sense like, well, I don't like he's going through all this stuff, like who am I to be like when I'm like around all that, that's like we're I got my own stuff going on, and we're just kind of like blending our own like issues together, and I just didn't want to like start anything. I just wanted to avoid conflict, and just the conflict that he was going through, because he was going through a lot at the time, you know and just honestly, it just like I said, man, it just really upsets me that a lot of people that will just, I don't know how many people, but just some people just don't understand what type of person he is. Like,
Well, sometimes, like I said, sometimes it takes that person to get burnt by Gully to understand, really.
yeah,
And I'm not saying to like my channel like, "Oh, hate Gully, hate his guts." No, it's more of this is more of a warning for what Gully is like. It's not like, "Oh, don't ever try to like Gully." Because you should give him a chance, because maybe at some point he will change. This is more
yeah.
just be careful around Gully. Don't just snap, wow, Gully's amazing, and be his friend. Because that could lead down a
I
rabbit
swear
hole.
to God, so true. I'm so,
So, like, the bigger thing is just be careful. If you ever do have ties with Gully, don't just immediately trust what he says, don't just immediately trust what he does. Because like we said, he's good. Well, quote unquote, good at manipulation. He has seemingly been able to trick people, well, some people, around in this group of drafts or whatever. That one guy, I don't know those specifics, so I won't get too much into it because I don't want to say anything that's not true because then that would incriminate me. But the specifics I do know is that like Gully has a problem. Honestly, he's more like me, the way I was at one point than I'd like to admit. Cuz at one point I had a problem like he did too. I really wanted someone's attention. I felt like I needed to feel more than I did. And it led me to, well, kind of extorting people, getting what I want from them, learning how to talk to people in a way that I get what I want from them, and it kind of just became more second nature than I'd really like to admit. Of course, nowadays I've kind of put more of a leash on it than I used to. But I don't think Gully has learned that he needs to put on a leash on it yet. And I don't think he's the type of person that you can just walk up to him and be like, hey man, you have this problem, and I want to talk to you about it. Because I feel like if you try to talk to Gully about this problem, that he'll probably be like, fuck you, man, and then he'd spit in your face and then walk off. Which I hope he doesn't do that to someone, because I wouldn't want him to do that to anyone really. But I've kind of lost track of where I'm going because I'm trying to think of building and doing this at the same time.
No, that's all right. I'm actually gonna end this stream right now, man. We've gone long enough, 33 minutes, man. I think that's good enough.
All right.
We said what we needed to say, so yeah. At least I did. I got it off my chest. So, you know, I hope this video was somewhat helpful. I don't know, but it's just to let you guys know. I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't want to be the person to like say like, oh, it's a warning and be warned about Gilly. It's just I just want to clear up on why he won't be in the next few movies. You know, and why things will be a little different, without him. Because it's like I know I've made tons of live streams about this dude and him leaving, coming back to the channel, leaving, coming back to the channel, making his new channel. It's just like I, you know, I looked like a fool, and I had to pay the price. But I, now it's just now I've made my decision, and I'm gonna stick with that. So yeah, yeah, you guys have a good night.
And before I end my stream, once again, I want to go on and say that Draft makes great content. His channel is Rogue Brogues Production. The name of his channel is in my description. I couldn't put a link in because I put in the name through PlayStation. I can't put in links. If I could have, I would have. I might do it later. But you should honestly go check him out. And usually when YouTubers go and at the end of their video say, hey, you should go check out this channel or this channel, they're just saying that because they're their friend or whatever. And yes, I believe that Draft, he would be a good friend. I don't think we've ever really discussed, are we friends? But I would call him a friend if he calls me a friend, sort of deal. He's a good person. He makes great content, and when I say great content, I don't say that lightly, because there's a lot of machinima artists and stuff out there that don't try very hard. They're like, I want to do machinima, and then they just kind of release some 2-bit like McDonald's microphone garbage. But like, I would honestly say that the level of skill on the stuff that I have seen that Draft has done is on the professional level. Because when I first saw it and I saw how many subscribers he didn't have, I was like, how are you not one of the famous ones? You make incredible content. So, in all honesty, go check out his channel. Because if you don't, Well, then what's wrong with you? You must not like Minecraft or machinima. But on that note, thank you all my Havel Knights and ISs, my Viking brothers and sisters for watching. And don't forget,